Hello, my name is Mike.
We are going to winterize a Sundance Optima spa. Turn the spa power off.
And you're going to take the filters out. Just put them in the house or put them in the basement, let them air dry.
We're going to drain the tub. On this particular tub, there's a couple drains. There's one in the very front and one on the side.
Open the door, and we have a drain built into the system right here. This is a gate valve. It's a guillotine valve. So we turn this, we open this up, and we can drain the entire spa from right there. On this particular tub, we have a side mount gravity drain. It has a cap. All we do is loosen the cap, and this is our drain. It's a hose bib attachment, so all we take is just a standard garden hose, pull out on it. Now the spa is draining. Now, if you can't get to your spa because it's sunk in a deck or something along those lines, you can do a couple different things. You can purchase a siphon hose and use a siphon to get the water out, or you can even go as far as purchasing a sump pump to pump the water out.
But once we get all the water out, the majority of the water out, what our concern now is going to be the water that are in the sags of the pipes. So what we do on this particular tub, we have access to the top, which are through these valves here. The way they work is just unthread them, and this will expose the water lines for the pumps. And once we take this off, all we're going to do is we're going to take our shop vac and put it on the blower side of it, and we're going to force air through here. And by forcing the air through here, it's going to also force any of the water that's in the sags of the pipes out back into the shell. That way we know that there's no water that's sitting in the pipes that can freeze and break any plumbing fixtures. We do it on both sides of this particular tub just because there are two of them. And once you've done that, you've let it run for a while, and there's no water coming out the jets. You'll just put a fine mist of air. You're going to draw the water through all the individual jets to make sure there's nothing sitting in there.
And then take a towel and just get all the water out you possibly can. We like to let them air dry a little bit. Now this is a spa that does not have the access from the top as the first one did. So what we have to do when we winterize this spa, we do the same procedure as far as draining it. We use the drain, we either siphon it out, whichever is the most convenient for us. But once we've got it out, we actually have to get into the pumps on this one. And what we do is the pumps have unions on them, plumbing fixtures, and you're just going to loosen them. Once you get it loose, you'll expose the interior. And you're just going to take your shop vac and blow air through both ways. And once you've done that, you'll see that there's no water coming out of the jets. There's just a fine mist. Then you're okay to hook the plumbing back up. Now, some people leave the plumbing all the way off, which is fine. And that way, in case water were to get into it, it has nowhere to expand and crack anything. A lot of times, if you do it the right way, you won't have to do that. But you can leave that completely off, and that's just swing in there in the breeze. And then once you've done it to both pumps on this spa, the tub will be winterized. And you can add the RV antifreeze. If you add RV antifreeze, just remember in the spring, you got to flush it out. You can actually put a small space heater in the spa cabinet, and that little heater is thermostatically controlled, which means that basically we're just going to put it on medium. And once we close the cabinet back up on it, the thermostat part will shut off, and it'll regulate itself. So it'll actually keep it about 70 degrees, which will be plenty warm enough to prevent any freezing.